Yo, what's the deal, world? Happy Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, National Taco Day. So you know we got to talk about it. It's a big thing out here in LA, but we're going to get to that later. You get to find out what's Eric's favorite taco is and favorite taco spot. My guy likes to eat, so you know he gonna have some fire for you, baby. So make sure y'all stay with us so you can find out my favorite taco spot as well. But we are the Misfits, of course, and we're happy for you guys to be with us on a special Tuesday edition. We were just outside in the streets, man, so we a little tired, but you know we're gonna bring you that fire anyway. What's up, Elam?
Yo, what's up, bro? You know who it is. It's your guy, E. Lamb. You are tuned in to the tightest tag team tandem this side of the galaxy. We are the Misfits, where we encourage you not to fit in, but find a way to stand out. Now, when it comes to everything about LA sports, this is the premier home. It's the only place you want to be. Don't matter if it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, any day of the week. The Misfits, we got you. Now, we got a pretty dynamic show lined up. We talking Dodgers, we talking some freezing cold takes, we talking some viral moments. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's been a pretty hot week for your boys here in LA. I think I might have 5 stars again, but we'll talk about that we'll talk about that later.
Hey, if you don't know who 5-star E is, look him up. Eric Lambkins the second, and you're gonna know why we call him 5-star E here with the Misfits Live. But let's get right to it. It is a wrap when it comes to week 5 of the NFL. Time is flying. Already 5 weeks into the NFL. And we might as well start where we were last Thursday, where some little things happened. But it was a hell of a game. Went into overtime until the very end of it. With the Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Man, the Rams beat themselves. You can't turn the ball over and make the mistakes that they made. But Elam, what's your thoughts on that? What's your takeaway?
I'm not gonna sit up here and say the Rams beat themselves, because there were definitely 2 turnovers. One was, caused by a pitch that Blake Corum just didn't catch.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna sit up here and let you diminish the play that Alfred Collins made. Dude socked Kyron Williams in the chin.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And then punch the ball. Like let's get a kid, his just due. He made a great play.
Man, no, a hell of a play, man. Who knew that we would be watching a knockout punch
Fantasy football. Yes, we are answering questions. Any questions that you have, by all means, submit it. This is a show where you can be, a part of it. This is not just you sit here and listen to us talk. You are definitely part of the show.
We have this is a show for the people. So fantasy football.
Drop
what's
your
question? Yeah, what's your question as we talk this Niners and Rams? As we saw I went into that game thinking like it's no way in hell the Niners gonna win this game. All the injuries they dealing with, and things like that, and they found a way, man, to pick up a great win. I said it. I told you, Elam. Mac Jones may be the guy, and he balled out, man. He looked very Tom Brady like. What's your thoughts, E?
Tom Brady like? I'm not gonna say he looked Tom Brady like. He looked surgical. I think any quarterback that is able to follow and adhere to the instructions of Kyle Shanahan is gonna look competent. You look at what Sam Darnold, was able to do in this offense. You look at what Josh Dobbs was able to do in this offense. I think Mac Jones. I will say this. I think if Mac Jones would have gotten drafted by Kyle Shanahan when he came out initially, how different, what his career and
we wouldn't know Brock Purdy. We wouldn't know who Brock Purdy is.
We wouldn't know. But
at all.
But Mac Jones is here. I think he's doing enough to save the 49ers season. I thought the 49ers, after George Kittle got injured in week 1, I thought they would be 3-3 by week 6. Right now, they're 4-1 with a chance to go either 4-2, 5-1. They playing with house money, man. So, shout out to Mac Jones for keeping the ship afloat.
Yeah, and he's doing his thing. But you know, the big story with the Rams is just, man, just after seeing that Eagles game where it looked like that was their game to take, then you see this Niner game where they had opportunities to take this game versus two of the better teams in the NFC as of right now. Like it's a very disappointing way to lose the way that they did, but they had an opportunity. End of the game, they had a big chance, 4th and 1 with the ball in their hands. Matthew Stafford, you're thinking, hey, you got Puka, you got Devontae Adams, but they hand
What
the ball
you
off.
were sitting next to me in the press box. What
Yeah.
did I say I thought that they were gonna do?
You thought they were gonna do like a little what you
Play
say, like
action.
play
I
action, yeah,
said
to
play
Puka
action to
underneath.
Puka or to the tight end. I
Mm-hmm.
knew it. I absolutely knew it. I was convinced it was gonna be play action.
Yeah, and you knew it, but guess what? Sean McVay didn't know, and I kind of went viral off of this, bro. Like I had to know what the hell was up with the 4th down call with Sean McVay. And here's what he had to say, man. Coach, the 4th down call.
It's a bad call. It's a bad call by me.
You called 2 timeouts. Were you considering different calls, or kind of, can you walk us through that?
Thought about maybe trying to draw them off sides. I took one, they took the other, and it was a poor decision by me right there. But, you know, to give the Niners credit, they made enough plays to be able to win the football game. We had plenty of chances throughout this game. You know, we stayed in it, we fought, we battled. But there's a lot of things that we have to be able to clean up, and a lot of football left. But I'm pretty sick right now. I'm sick of the spot that I put our group in to end the game. But hey, these are the tough beats that you got to be able to learn from and move forward, and that's what we're going to do.
Yo, that was completely crazy because,
Yeah,
you know, Sean McVay always goes up to the podium and he usually starts off with a statement. You know, he gives a recap from his vantage point. So I'm sitting up here thinking that that's getting ready to happen. And when he didn't, I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting ready to ask about the 4th down call. But who beats me to the punch? My partner in crime right here.
no, yeah, like if you don't know, like he said in these pressers, you show up and you sit down and usually like, all right, open statement, Coach Harbaugh, McVay, they give their open statement. You can sense the energy that your boy McVay was a little feisty and he was trying to get out of there. So once people stalled, I was like, yo, I gotta ask this question, not knowing that ESPN would use the question and things like that. And I'm hoping McVay still got love for me. You know, he didn't give me the answer that I wanted, but you know, it just, hey, just me doing my job, asking the question that I know you out
Everybody
there will
wanted
want to
to know.
know.
But
Yeah.
the crazy thing is, he usually comes out in the press conference a lot sooner than what he did. And
Yeah,
when we were just sitting up there, I was like, oh, okay, this is different. And we didn't hear any noise. Like, so where the press conference room is literally right outside the locker room. So
yeah.
right after a win, we can hear music that's playing. Sometimes, you know, if we're in there early enough, we can kind of hear parts of, you know, Sean McVay's post-game speech. So we can hear some of the stuff that's going on in the locker room. There was no noise whatsoever, and it was taking them an extremely long time to
Somebody
come out.
screamed though. Somebody screamed
No,
that, man.
hold on. That was when we were in the locker room. That was when we were in the locker room. There was a player who did scream, and I won't
Yeah.
repeat what was said or say who it was, but
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. They were feisty, but you know, when you lose to a rival, it brings that type of energy. And you know, like we always say, with the Misfits, we want to bring the action to you. We want to ask the questions you will want to ask. So I had to ask that question. But speaking of people saying stuff, shout out to Manny Sanchez, who tapped in saying, "Let's go Niners." Manny, what's your thoughts? Do you think your Niners really have a chance?
But hold on, we got to go back. My guy Fantasy Football says,
oh yeah,
I
he's
like
on one.
unbiased journalism, but Elam is too biased. Everyone
Wow.
knows the 49ers won't win the chip. Mykell the PG, and he butchered the spelling of your
Butcher
name.
that. Oh yeah. He's a
Mykell,
hater.
Mykell the PG is biased to all terrible teams too. At least Elam has history. Mykell the PG just like sorry losers. I mean, he does like losers. He's a
We're
huge
talking
Angel
about.
fan.
I like the Chiefs, the Lakers, teams that win championship. What
Bro,
do
okay.
fantasy football? You need
Okay.
to be better because I win in fantasy football too. So I make you look good when I play fantasy football. But neither the Rams nor the Niners will win anything. Am I
I
lying?
don't know, man.
No.
I'm saying I think the Rams, as long as they're healthy, I think they are the team, that's able to contend with the Philadelphia Eagles. Whether or not that remains to be true, I don't know. Right now, there is a team in the Bay that's in first place. They're beat up, they're battered, but they're getting reinforcements. So how does that begin to change the landscape of the NFC West?
Yeah, no, they're playing really good football. Fantasy football, the disrespect that you have. You are a Clipper. I am not a Clipper.
Really?
What is going on? What is CD? Is that got to be AI, bro? We're gonna talk more about this whole AI stuff going on, but fantasy football got to be AI. And shout out to Manny Sanchez. I think we could make it to the playoffs, but not the Super Bowl. I like that. I like an honest fan who who keeps it real.
Yeah, Manny. So I don't know if you've been tapped in with us, from the beginning, but I definitely said I thought the 49ers would be a wild card team. I didn't think that they would go like too far in the playoffs. I didn't think that they would be 4-1 at this point. I'm not gonna sit up here and even lie. I thought, the NFC West would be the Rams division, and I had them, competing with the Eagles for the NFC. So, but it's still we're only a quarter of the way. It's what,
a little over. Little week 5. So
yeah,
week 5. We're a little over a
quarter.
quarter.
27%. Is it 27 or 30%? Way through of the season. So there's a lot of football left to be played, man.
Yeah, a lot of football. Shout out to 49ers taking care of business with the Rams. You got to get better. Got to try to bounce back. Fantasy football, you need to learn more about who I am because you done connected me with the Clippers and the Chargers. That Angel team is great, of course, but Clippers and Chargers, that's not me. Elam likes the Lakers and Dodgers. Yeah,
I do. Die hard.
He's not a real Lakers fan. He's not a real Lakers fan, guys.
Man,
but hey, so let's talk about the other LA team. The Los Angeles Chargers started the year off 3-0, knocking off the Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders. 3-0 in the AFC West, but they're 0-2 against the NFC East. They lose to the Giants, and then they get smacked up. Like they started off up 10-0. Quentin Johnson, who has been playing well this season, catches the ball, gets stripped, fumble. Then after that, it was all Washington. They go and score 27 unanswered points. Jaden Daniels looked great. Your boy Deebo Samuel, I'm like, maybe he can run some routes because he was doing some things out there, but they pick up a big win in LA. A lot of people kind of getting off that bandwagon with the Chargers with these last 2 L's. They're dealing with injuries. After losing Najee Harris, you lose Amarion Hampton. He's on the IR. That offensive line is like dealing with injuries. How should we be feeling about the Los Angeles Chargers going forward, E?
You know what? They're looking like how I thought the 49ers were going to look, decimated, struggling. I think it's still early. They'll be able to get Joe Alt back. I want to say I don't think he's on IR. They'll be able to get Joe Alt back. Mekhi Becton, he'll be back pretty soon. So listen, as long health is going to play a pivotal factor for any team in the NFL. I believe in Coach Harbaugh enough that he'd be able to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a player's coach. He's a coach's coach. I believe in Jim Harbaugh. Now, whether or not do I think that they're going to win the AFC West now? No, I don't. I think it's going to be the Broncos. But if they're able to, I told you the Chiefs are not making the playoffs, bro. The Chiefs are not making the playoffs. I'm sticking. I said that before the season began. I'm standing on it. The Kansas City Chiefs are not making the playoffs.
you're gonna sound like those other idiots on national TV who say that every year and are proven wrong every year. But when it comes to the Chargers, injuries are tough to deal with. And they like you lose your two starting running backs. They're a team that want to run the ball. Now you got to lean on Haskins now. And then, the injuries to the O-line, it makes it tougher for Justin Herbert. And this is why I wasn't really too worried about the Chargers in the AFC West, was because, I need to see you do this against team. Like, it was great you get those first 3 wins, but they're like the Clippers to me. What you do early, great. But can you keep the prolonged success throughout a season into the playoffs and so forth? They haven't really done that. And that's why, did I expect them to beat Washington? Of course I did. But for after them losing to the Giants, who they should have beat, and now losing to Washington, and the injuries that they're dealing with, you go from Justin Herbert, the MVP, to, man, what's up with Justin Herbert? And Quentin Johnson went from being top 5 in fantasy to only 4 catches, 40 yards. The only positive was Lab McConkey broke out, which was really good. But the defense, who has been a top 5 defense, you get the ball ran on you against the Giants, and now you have Jaden Daniels with that bulky brace on his knee, is able to throw all over the field and even run the ball as well. And the 7th round pick went crazy, helping Elam's fantasy team out. So for the Chargers, man, like, they got to try to wake up early. Like, I don't believe in them to just catch fire and win 4 or 5 straight like I do, another team in AFC West.
Man, listen to me. Chargers are a gritty team. They're built in the image and likeness of their coach. Jim Harbaugh, real gritty, real tough. He's gonna grind it out, man. And how the Chargers are designed, how they're built, is from the inside out. That's every Jim Harbaugh team, right? They start in the trenches. So when you are decimated along the offensive line, you can kind of anticipate and expect that you're going to struggle. But again, like I said, I believe in Jim Harbaugh. He knows enough.
Hey,
fantasy football is on.
He going in. Who?
I love
that.
it.
That got to be AI. That got to be AI, because that boy
said
Raiders. Once I saw Raiders, like, yeah, he don't know any type of ball.
He said Mykell the PG is more like Mykell the water boy. That's hilarious.
Because the Raiders has not been good since Tecmo Bowl, so he don't know anything about football. But yeah, tough loss, Chargers. They're gonna look to bounce back. They travel to the Dolphins. Should be a bounce back win. Hey,
that's a get right game.
Yeah, get right game right there. Even though they got Tua, they got the running back, they got Waddle. Darren Waller has resurrected himself. I know
I'm
Kelsey
so
Plum.
salty I didn't pick him up off of waivers before that game, bro.
Hey, I know Kelsey Plum feels some type of way. My boy got 3 TDs in 2 weeks, but that ain't none of my business. But shout out to Darren Waller and Chargers, Rams. Y'all carrying the torch for LA. Y'all got to bounce back. But let's run through some games. To shout my guy fantasy football out, the Raiders went to Indianapolis and was demolished. Mollywopped 40-6.
Mykell, what are the Raiders?
Poo cheese. They stink. So fantasy football, I understand your pain and anger because you like a bad team. What else? You got the Vikings woke us up early, 6:30 in the morning, picked up a nice win versus the Browns. The Saints, Spencer Rattler finally wins as a starter.
I know you gotta be salty because the Saints stink, bro.
Yeah, the Aints, they more the Aints. But they pick up a win. Cowboys offense continues to look dynamite. They beat the Jets. I can't believe that your boy with Justin Fields has not won a game as a starting quarterback. Which is crazy. Yeah, really wild. The Dolphins, they let one get a winning most of the game. They lose to the Panthers. The Texans destroy the Ravens. Who would have knew? Shout out to my guy, Chris Broussard, friend of the show. He had the Ravens making it to the Super Bowl this year. Crazy what's going on there. The Titans come back, knock off the Cardinals. Buccaneers and Seahawks.
I can't let you gloss past that one. It's how they came back. They
yeah.
down, I want to say, what, 14-21 in the fourth
Yeah,
quarter?
14-3, and running back drops the ball. What's up with these dudes not holding on to the
A
ball?
70-yard, it was a 76, 70-yard
Yeah,
tub, bro. Dropped
man.
it before he gets into the end zone.
Did they not learn from Deshaun Jackson many years ago? You
I
know what
don't
I'm
even
saying?
think these dudes are probably in Pampers when that happened, bro.
Probably. Because I'm like, bro, you got an opportunity. Just hold it all the way through. Like, I'm running to the goalpost. I'm running to the goalpost
Hand
and
it off
holding it
to a
to them.
fan in the end zone, bro.
Yeah.
You'll never go wrong. You'll never
Fact.
go wrong.
And to lose that game to the Titans, who hadn't won, was a very ugly way. The Cardinals, any hope that you had in them, I just give up. Kyler Murray would never win
Kyler
with
Murray
that
is done
team.
for. Kyler
Yeah,
Murray is not a starting QB in the NFL. You can't win with him. You can't.
He fits that mold of, like I like to say, the Alex Smith quarterbacks. He needs everything to go right for him to be successful. He's not a true franchise guy that can elevate your team. And I think we learned that year in and year out.
Kyler Murray is who a lot of people think Brock Purdy is.
Yeah, makes sense. But see, I don't know, because he hasn't played with a type of team like the Niners. My
Bucks
man said
versus
that.
Bills.
If you think the Milwaukee Bucks, wrong sport, guy. Hey, shout out to the which I think was the game of the week. Buccaneers and Seahawks. First of all, the two best jerseys in the NFL.
You got to
played on
sprinkle in the
same
Charger
field.
powder blues, but that's up there though.
Yeah. But that silver helmet with that royal blue,
it's up there. Listen,
crazy.
I'm hands down, unequivocally a fan of the Tampa Bay Orangecicles. I think those are the hardest joints, man.
Yeah.
I think those are the hardest joints.
Hardest joints from Manchester and Western to Manchester and Fig. They're gonna be repping that Tampa Bay orange. So shout out to them. Hell of a game. Baker Mayfield is what they think Kyler Murray should be. So maybe we got to give him some time, because Baker took some time, but hell of a player. And what they're doing over there at Tampa Bay, one of the best teams. The Detroit Lions, they go into Cincy, they smack up the Bengals, forcing the Bengals to say, hey, we need to make a move. They trade for Joe Flacco. He is going to be their quarterback this Sunday. We mentioned the Commanders picking up that win versus the Chargers. The Patriots go into Buffalo and knock off the Bills. I'm going to say this right now, Elam. The 5 best teams in the NFL right now reside in the NFC. And I ain't saying at the season's end. I'm saying right now. You got Philly, Detroit, San Francisco, Tampa Bay, and then you probably can throw in, the Packers if they get right this week. And then, you can have Buffalo battling for that 5th spot, but I know that 5 of the top 6 teams are an NFC team. That's why, talking about this game, of course, we got to talk about it. Happened last night. The Chiefs took an L 31-28 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well-deserved win by the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Chiefs did not want to win. I honestly walked away from the game kind of like, okay, I see it with the Chiefs. I think
where I disagree with you is I don't think the top 5 teams are because you got to put the Jaguars up there. You have to. And I have to put the Jaguars above the 49ers because they beat the 49ers, right? The Jags, I think, high key
might have y'all started though.
Don't matter. We talking about right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We looking at the 5-game sample size that we have right now. You got to put the Jacksonville Jaguars above the San Francisco 49ers. Just based on the head-to-head. And the game was close. But fantasy football, your trolling is boring me. That's why I'm yawning so much, man.
No, you're a funny guy. Fantasy football is a funny guy. But to talk that Monday Night Football game, because I know, Elam has been saying all season long, Chiefs won't make the playoffs, which I think he's out of his mind. He's nuts. He's crazy. And Monday actually helped me to prove that he's totally wrong. Like, the offense no longer is an issue. The only issue I've seen, even the Chiefs only lost that game because of a pick six, which was a hell of a play by
That's
Lloyd.
every game, bro. That's
but-
every game.
but
That's
no, but-
every game.
That's not why they lost. They lost the game because they beat themselves. 13
So-
penalties for
so-
109 yards.
Last year
Can't
when you guys beat the Raiders in Kansas City with a dink doink field goal, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
You only won because the refs helped you guys out. You know what I'm saying? The refs gave you guys a penalty call that put you guys in field goal range, field goal position. That's how you guys won. I kept telling you last year you went 11-0 in 1-score games.
Very
Listen to me.
impressive.
You were not going to, that's not sustainable. That is not
yeah.
sustainable.
I just think going forward that the Chiefs aren't going to need those type of games because I'm seeing this offense is picking up. Rashee Rice is coming, and this is last week suspended. You have Worthy, Rashee, Thornton, Kelsey can still play. The running game is picking up, and if it wasn't for the 13 penalties for 109 yards, the Chiefs blow like they win that game by a big score. But you can't continue to beat yourself with 13 penalties, and that's something that can be fixed. That's what gives me confidence that all the Chiefs can turn this around. And another thing, the AFC is trash, bro. Like other than Buffalo,
It's
with
not trash,
with
man.
Cincinnati not being who they are because of Joe Burrow, with the Ravens not being who they were, who do you really trust to say, hey,
you still
these
got the
are
Colts.
the teams?
You still got the Colts.
I don't
Colts-
believe it, bro. I gotta see them do it for a full season.
We can only go off of what we have right now. And see, this is the problem that I have with a lot of pundits. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have any foresight. They're not able to see things before it happens. They gotta wait for the proof. Listen, based on what we've seen, the Colts are for real. They're going to be for real. Based on what we've seen, Jacksonville is going to be for real.
You can see them making a Super Bowl run. If you had to go to the playoffs today and they had the Chiefs go playing in Jacksonville,
they're not going to be in playoff contention.
Bro,
they're not in playoff contention right now. They're not
crazy.
going to be in playoff contention.
They're only one game out of the AFC West. What are we talking about? They just win one game and the Chargers lose. They're tied in first place. So it's not like it's a far-fetched thing.
There's a poem that Rudyard Kipling has. It's called "If," man. If you can keep your head about you when all of them are blaming it on blah blah blah, whatever. I forgot it.
Yeah.
But Rudyard Kipling has a poem called "If," man. You need to learn it.
Like I told you, everybody last year that said, man, they keep sneaking by. They not gonna make the Super Bowl. If Buffalo don't beat them, this team is gonna beat them. And I said, bro, I'm telling you, they just know how to win when it matters.
You got Chris Jones. I said Chris Johnson. You got Chris Jones quitting on the decisive play that, you know what I'm saying, like ultimately determined the game.
Yeah.
And this dude is always yapping, always crying. You know what I'm saying? When things don't go his way, I'm telling you.
Who, CJ?
Yeah, CJ.
Oh,
you got Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? He's always going off on Andy Reid. Like those two are always going at it. Sooner or later, it's going to weigh on them. It's going to weigh on them, bro.
All right, we gonna see. I always talk to a bunch of Chiefs fans. I say, hey, the Chiefs are like the 2000 Lakers. Hey, they just gonna find a way. They always find a way to make it happen. I'm going to believe until I don't see it. And with the way that the offense has progressed since that first game where it's like, yo, who is he throwing the ball to what the offense is now? The defense is still, really good. Like, even though what you call him made some plays, Trevor Lawrence did make some plays. Kudos to him. It took some spectacular plays in the Chiefs to have 13 penalties, 109 yards, and a pick six at the goal line just for them to win by 3 points. It got me confident in what I see from the Chiefs.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you guys split with the Raiders. Geno Smith is going to carve y'all up when y'all play the Legion, bro.
Let me tell you why you don't want to see. Eric gets on the show and he tried to say Mykell doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay,
Eric is the guy who doesn't know what he's talking about, and I have proof. Everybody, I have proof. We were
I learned a valuable lesson
college football,
bro.
This is what Eric had to say about UCLA prior to them possibly having the biggest upset of the season. Cut to the footage.
Yeah, you know who it is. It's your guy, E. Lamb, one half of the Misfits here at the Rose Bowl, where UCLA Bruins are getting ready to square off against the Penn State Lions. Now, I'm not one of those delusional alumni, delusional fans. UCLA don't stand a chance, man. Now, Mykell is somewhere here. I don't know. I'm playing the game of Where's Waldo. I have absolutely no idea where he is, but you know who it is. When it comes to Los Angeles sports, there's only one place you want to be, right here with the Misfits. I'm your guy, E. Lamb. Stay tuned.
So my guy, E. Lamb, said I was a little more generous. Of course, I got it wrong like a lot of people did. I said
no, not like a lot of people, like everybody.
No, everybody. My fault, everybody. But I said 47-17. Elam's like, you think they're gonna score that many points? I said, yeah, I think they're gonna figure out something. My boy Elam said 56-3, and boy, was he wrong. The UCLA Bruins pick up the biggest upset victory so far in the season. Probably gonna be the biggest upset of the year.
That's probably the biggest upset in UCLA history.
Man, possibly. It's their first win over a top 10 team, I believe, in like 18 tries or something like that, like something crazy. But man, your boy Nico finally showed up. But shout out, I got to give a shout out because Nico did his part. But I'm so big on coaches not babying these quarterbacks and opening up the offense and let them figure things out and let their talent show. And that's what is it Jerry Neuheisel? Yeah, Jerry Neuheisel, who was calling the plays, the tight end coach, and he opened the offense up, and that boy Nico took advantage. 5 tubs, 3 rushing, 2 touchdown passes. It wasn't that many people there, so when people ran on the field, it was still a little desolate. But it was, they got a big win. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? Because I'm running like from the back of the end zone, right?
Yeah.
To midfield. And I'm looking, I'm like, are people rushing the field? Yeah. I was like, no, it would be more people out here. Then I thought about it. I was like, nobody was here. Like it was a funny moment, like to me.
Bro, it just looked like people just decided we're going streaking, and it was just a group of people that's running, like, like, what are they doing on the field? Like, oh, that's them rating the field. They just won a big game. But yeah, man, like I'm hoping that this win can help push UCLA forward because the defense showed up and did some things. They jumped out to an early lead. They were up 27-7 at the half, but that
surprise onside kick, I think, really kind of like deflated
after the first score, and that's what the head coach mentioned. Like, hey, we said if we scored a touchdown first, we were going to do something like the onside kick to keep that momentum going, and they just fully took advantage of a Penn State that came in and played a terrible game, and UCLA took advantage of it. But shout out to my guy Fantasy Football. He said that his son what can your son beat me in? I'm willing to challenge your son in the debate.
His son, his 11-year-old son, his 11-year-old son, author. He's an author. Can beat you in hoop. Now I've seen him play. The little kid can hoop. He's a hooper.
Who's the little kid? Arthur?
No, his son's name is not Arthur, bro.
Oh, Mitchell, why won't you adjust? If you ready for that work, I want to play you and your son versus me basketball. Let's get to it. But yeah, man, UCLA, they got a very impressive win.
The guy that's talking is not a hooper. He gonna foul the hell out of you.
No, yeah, I know. He's a fantasy football guy, so that's focus on that, sir. But yeah, man, UCLA, very impressive win. And you want to see they got at Michigan State this week, so let's see if they can keep that momentum going. But it's one of those wins that you need to see more, of course, because I'm like, if you really want recruits to be like, hey, I'm thinking about UCLA, you got to do more. But they said before the game, Nico was in the locker room and was like, hey, if you don't want to be here, let us know, because
he said now's the time to leave. If you don't want to be here, now's the time to leave. The crazy thing is, I think that right there probably opened up the eyes of a lot of recruits elsewhere.
Yeah.
Just like, yo, it's a legit opportunity for me to go to UCLA and play. They
Yeah.
don't, they're bereft of talent. It's not like they got a lot of pieces. So it's an opportunity for me to come here and really get some PT. Like,
Yeah.
no shout out to Cuzzo, but where your cousin is, and I'm gonna keep the school out of it. Where your cousin is, if he wanted to get some burn right now,
Instantly, yeah.
he can come here and play
No, yeah,
right
right
now.
away. Yeah,
You know what
right
I'm saying?
away. And if you gonna get Nico for the next 2 years and he finishes this, season strong, like you got a quarterback that's a dog, that has abilities, that's very Vince Young like with his abilities, and you showed it. Like Penn State isn't a pushover. We're gonna see how they bounce back from this, but they came in as the number 7 ranked team who just played a tight game the week before, and UCLA showed up and smacked them up pretty good for the most part. So it was just very impressive. It wasn't that many people there, but the energy was still like,
it was electric, bro. It was electric.
man.
I'm pissed that you left, though. I'm pissed that you left.
I was
It
there.
was such a great game, bro. It was.
I was there until
the
the fourth quarter. I saw when he made that last drive. I said, "Oh, game over." They got this last score. Penn State about to lose, and I'm out of here because I don't want those 20 cars to make traffic any worse than what it can be. But shout out to our guy Ethan Mathis. He said, "Do you think Lamar plays?" I believe he's talking Lamar Jackson. I don't think we see Lamar Jackson until a couple weeks after the bye.
He's gonna miss the next 2. That's what I'm hearing coming out of Baltimore.
Yeah,
he's going to miss this next one. But I think they keep him out one more week, just to keep that hamstring.
Hey, the chat is going crazy. I appreciate the
fantasy
chat
football. I do know your son because I've beaten your son. I was giving your son lessons the last time I saw him. So yes, I do know your son.
You're Elam's son. What are you talking about? But yeah, huge win. UCLA, they're back at it. Michigan State, they're going to be traveling on the road. So let's see what they can do. A big one. USC, Michigan. That's this week. Am I right?
Yep.
USC, Michigan. Before we move on from college football, Elam, just what are your expectations for this game? What will it take for USC to pick up a bounce back win after a tough loss to Illinois?
They have to stop the run, man. Illinois ran all over those dudes. I want to say they averaged like 5.5 yards a carry, 6 yards a carry. And they were gashing them in between the tackles. So I don't necessarily I keep saying this, man. I'm disappointed at that linebacking core, a unit that's coached by Rob Ryan. I expect a lot more out of him. Lincoln Riley's neglect on recruiting defensive linemen is a glaring hole. Like it's a glaring hole. So if Michigan is able to run on them, they're going to win. Like they're going to win. The only chance USC has, they have to be able to stop and make the freshman quarterback pass the ball. And even then, USC secondary is up and down. You know what I'm saying? Like
is what we like to call, let's give it to one more time, poo cheese. So it's going to be a big one to see Michigan at the Coliseum. It's just going to be a moment for, USC football, and hopefully they can come out on top. I'm on the Jaden Mayava train. I believe if he can come out and put together a 300-yard, 3-touchdown game, that he's seriously going to be in these talks when it comes to the Heisman. But we'll see. We need SC to show up. But it's going to be, as always, a lot of really good college football games that, you guys who are tapping in, along with myself and Eric, can't wait to check them out. Of course, as always, we appreciate you guys for tapping in with us. Stay locked in with us. We got some more going on. Wake up your folks. Tell them, hey, y'all need to check these guys out. The way that they're clowning fantasy football, you might want to be a part of the joke of the day, which is coming for fantasy football. But yeah, it's fun times. You got people saying that we're glazing Nico. No, he just showed up. We got to show him his love. But
this is the thing about Nico. That's the first game this season that he actually looked like a college quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like the first 4 games,
time they didn't baby him. Yeah, I think it's the first time they didn't baby him. They opened it up for him to make plays. You start seeing down the field plays, and that opened it up because Penn State was running a lot of man. So he was able to get out there and run and break off 30-yard runs, 40-yard runs. He had 128 yards rushing along with those 3 rushing touchdowns. So
he had one throw against cover 2. I want to say it was the slot receiver. He ran a corner route, but it like literally happened right in front of me. And I was just like, that was a hell of a throw because he dropped it right in the basket. I was just like, that was a throw.
So that game was one of those games that you like, I see it. So if UCLA can somehow surround him with enough, they can be much more competitive week in and week out. So we're going to see what UCLA does on the road.
But hold on. It's all going to hinge upon one person, Martin Jarman of the athletic department, the AD. Okay. He's got to get it right. The next coach, whoever UCLA hires next as the coach, has to be able to build a program. Now, I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off. They're going to say there's no way it's going to happen. I'm calling Nick Saban to try to see if he's willing to come out of retirement to build UCLA's program. I'm calling Urban Meyer. I'm calling John Gruden to see whether or not he is serious about wanting to coach again. You gotta hit a home run. You gotta hit a grand slam on this next coach. In addition to that, they really have to get serious about building the NIL collective, because Mick Cronin, who is the UCLA basketball coach, last year was saying, I'm doing the best that I can with no NIL. And so if UCLA wants to get serious on the national football landscape, those 2 things have to happen. They got to hit a grand slam with their next head coach, and they got to get serious about NIL.
Yeah, so let's see if they, make that push that's needed and get on a little run here in the middle of the season to try to steal some wins, which will be very impressive. But we ain't done with LA, baby, because LA is the hottest city when it comes to sports on every level, high school, college, and pro. And now we're going once again to the pro level. Let's go to some hoop, because there's a lot of people that got hit with the okie doke once LeBron James said, yo, decision 2.0, hope y'all ready tomorrow. Tickets started to spike. People started to run for. I was on X like, yo, this is clearly an ad. LeBron, okay, he's a smart mind. He knows what he's doing, and he knows that if he were to come out right now and say, this is my last year, it changes everything for the season. So now everybody's just asking about this being your last year. I don't think he would do anything like that until late November, like Kobe did, where they go on their East Coast trip to where it's like, okay, I can do it now, because then you would be able to see nearly like a month of your team to know if you're really a championship contender or not. So him even doing this, I said, bro, it's clearly an ad. Let's see what it's for. And of course, it had to be some of that dark, because what our skin folk like to sip sometimes. But how did you feel about LeBron hitting people with the okie doke? I know a lot of people weren't a fan of it.
Most tone deaf thing that this dude could do. And like this decision, right? 2.0. It just further reiterates why Laker fans do not like this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like they look forward to the day that LeBron James leaves the Lakers, myself included, right? I just thought it was so obvious that it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, going to be a retirement announcement. But my thing is, like, everything this guy does has to generate some attention towards him, for him. It can never just be about the game, right? It can never be to prop up the organization. It can never be to prop up the league. I'm just like, yo, dog, like, why?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, just as far as like, man, you watch these prices shoot up and people paying $500 for games against the Utah Jazz, which, if he doesn't announce anything, those games are probably $75. To not know that vibe it's kind of like, come on, man, what are you doing? And like you said, it makes a lot of Laker fans like, bro, you had me pay all this money and it's not even that. Now a lot of people are online trying to sell their tickets and things like that. I would still say,
You
hold
shouldn't have
on
bought
to
him
it.
to begin with. You
No,
shouldn't have
facts.
bought him to begin with.
And
Because
that,
look,
yeah,
it's
that's a
not
big
even
issue.
a guarantee. It's not even a guarantee that when he comes to your town, he's gonna even play. Like he's gonna
Yeah.
sit out some games on the road. Like we know this to be true. It's not
Yep.
like LeBron James is ever going to play 82 games.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, he just has to know his power and that these people are going to panic. And like you said, for you people out there, stop being idiots and falling for anything. You kind of somehow got to
It's the
sit back
Church
and
of
wait.
Bron, bro. It's the Church
Yeah.
of Bron.
Sit back and wait. I knew, you know how I knew it was bogus? The greatest giveaway? Who the hell was that he was sitting down with? I had no idea who that dude was.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be the guy he's going to be telling? That's
It'll
it.
probably be like Dave McMenamin or
Ramon Shell.
no, it's not gonna be Ramona.
Not Ramona. I'm thinking what's her name? Orange hair.
Orange hair.
Yeah, what's her name? Media. She been in the media for a while.
Oh, Rachel Nichols.
Rachel Nichols. Somebody like that. That's what I figured.
Nah, it'd be like
Malika,
a Bob Costas, or it'd be like a big time, a big time journalist, like somebody legit.
And then as a Laker fan, chat, as a Laker fan, you know, you want to see, you know, the tickets are already crazy. To do something like this and the tickets to go the way that they did is just wild. But fans just have to be patient and let stuff happen. And they allowed themselves to get tricked into that. And you know, LeBron is, and as much as Elam likes to hate on him, and I like to send some hate sometimes as well. The man knows, he knows how to play with the crowd, pause, and he just makes sure that he uses that to his advantage. Now he like, cool, y'all done paid all y'all money, more y'all get to come see me pay, and I'm not really tripping about it. So shout out to him, shout out to Hennessey, because this is a big thing for them. They're teaming up with LeBron. I don't know what type of Hennessey it is, but you know, shout out to the move. I rock with it. The move. I just hate how it was was done.
I think the execution is poor because it's like it's great marketing. You know,
great marketing.
Again, this is LeBron James proving his acumen. He understands what moves the needle, what gets people talking, what type of stuff is going to get trending, right? But it's just like, come on, dog. Like again, like when I saw the Decision 2.0, I was just like, you're not taking your talents elsewhere. Like, nobody wants you. So it's either an ad or you're announcing your retirement. And because you know that a lot of people are anticipating and waiting for you to announce your retirement, you gonna play on those heartstrings. Like the craziest part to me though, man, is like looking on Twitter, on Instagram at the comment. I go straight to the comment section.
Oh, right away.
You see these grown men like, no, my king, my glorious king. No,
don't.
not so.
Play 10 more years.
Like,
play 10 more years. We want to see.
Man.
Hey, you know how I feel when I let people know on X all the time that I don't think the league can really fully take their next step until LeBron is gone. Like you can't find your next face of the league until the face is gone. Like you couldn't start moving towards the days after MJ until he left for a couple years, and Duncan, KG, Shaq, young Kobe, T-Mac start to do their thing, and he came back by that time.
Who is the next face? Who is the next face?
We won't know until LeBron is gone. We can't even get to that because LeBron is there. It's like going over, you know what I'm saying? You dating this girl, but she still got a connection with her ex. She can't really fully move on until the ex is clearly out the picture. So that's what the NBA needs. So once LeBron does announce his retirement, I won't be someone sad. I'm going to be somebody saying, well deserved, 23 years in the league, but let's get to what's next.
Yeah, I'll give him his flowers for what he's achieved, you know what I'm saying, in the game, but I'm ready to move on, man. I'm ready to, and in fantasy football, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Am I a hater? I don't know. I think that's debatable. But am I still gonna try to ask him a pointed question? Yeah, I'm a
Of
journalist.
course.
That's my
That's
job.
our
Yeah, I
job.
got to.
Fantasy footballer. Get it
It's like
together,
if you're
man.
doing marketing and somebody comes and gives you $1 million check to market
Yeah.
something you don't believe in, like you still
Hey,
got to do your job.
gotta do
You
your
got a
job. Sell
mortgage,
that
a
thing.
pool, 2
Fact.
kids.
Hey, so shout out to Hennessey. They made the move. Shame on you, LeBron. Why don't do that to your fans, man? They love you. They literally love
Yeah,
you to death.
yeah. Now I will say that I think his fans deserve better than that because he's
Yeah,
playing with
yeah.
their heart. He's
They
playing with their
literally,
heart.
him and Drake fans, they fight for you to the death. So shout
But
out to
it's
those
the same fan
fans.
base. It's the
Yeah.
same fan base.
Hey, but great hat that you're wearing. We got to talk about what they're doing. The
Yeah.
Los Angeles Dodgers on the brink of sweeping the Philadelphia Phillies and getting back to another NLCS. They win 2 big games there in Philadelphia. Now it's just going to take one in LA. Great pitching from the starters. They're getting timeless hits. Saki, I don't know if you tried it. I'm pretty sure you tried Elam, but for the people out there who haven't never tried Saki before, Saki is pretty fire. And that's how the pitcher is pitching as well. Elam, I know that you being the Dodger guy.
Yeah, I told
What's your
you.
thoughts?
I know you were celebrating, the freeway sweep. And I told you, come October, we'll be playing legit baseball, and you'll be at home watching us play. I thought it was a great game up until the 9th inning.
Yeah.
Dave Roberts, what the hell are you thinking,
What are you
dude?
doing?
What the hell? You have a legit closer on your roster right now. Just give him the ball and get out the way. But no, what does he do? We up 4-0. He brings in Blake Trinan, and it immediately goes from 4-0 to 4-3. Yo,
Yeah.
man, I'm in the group chat with my boys. You know what I'm saying? We're screaming, put in Roki, put in Roki. You know what I'm saying? And then he puts in Roki, and what happens? Game. But that bunt, that call for the bunt by the Phillies manager, I was like, that's a huge bailout because they had all the momentum right there. Now, if that squeeze, lands, and the runner gets the first, hey, it works. You know what I'm saying? Good job. But yo, bro,
Dave Roberts tried to
Castellanos, I want to say, got thrown out at third. Shout out to Mookie Betts for sprinting from shortstop over the third base. You know what I'm saying?
Play. Yeah.
That was a hell of a play, man. Turn the tide of that inning right there, man.
Yeah. Dave Roberts just got caught up into what we always talk about. Sometimes these coaches try to prove themselves as geniuses and try to do some stuff, the irky-jerky things with their lineups and with the pitching, and then it backfires. Just do what you know that's working. And if that fails, hey, he won us game 1, so that's what we went with. So him making those moves, hopefully we don't see nothing like that in the next game. But the Dodgers bats are working. They're starting pitching.
I told you they would come alive,
really
bro.
good. Hey, I've been telling people, shout out to Bill Plaschke. I know he been tapping into what I be talking about because I've been saying to people all season long, this Dodger team remind me of the 0-1 Lakers. If you remember, for you young bucks out there, probably you fantasy football, the Lakers in 0-1, they came off a championship. People were like, can they possibly win 73 games and top the Chicago Bulls? It didn't happen. They kind of coasted through the regular season. Then the end of the season, they caught fire, went into the playoffs, only lost 1 game in the postseason. I saw that from this Dodger team. I'm like, as long as they can turn it on late, which they won 8 of their last 12 games, guess what? The Los Angeles Lakers in 0-1 won 8 of their last 12 games as well, and they went into their run. And the Dodgers look a lot like that team. They still got to finish it off. Hopefully they can get the sweep and move on to the NLCS. But,
they will.
Man, they look damn good,
I think Philly gets game 3. Before the series began, I said Dodgers in 4. But I don't know. I'm having a little Lambstradamus moment right now. As much of a liability as the bullpen is, the Dodgers get to the World Series, that's going to win them the World Series. I'm calling it right now.
You saying that the bullpen
The
is going to win them the
bullpen
World
is
Series?
going to win the Dodgers the World Series.
Okay.
When
I
they
like
get there,
that.
the bullpen is what's going to win the Dodgers the World Series.
So tomorrow it is a lot of great baseball to be played. It's going to be 4 games played tomorrow. You got the Mariners, who are now up 2-1, looking to close out the Tigers. Milwaukee's up 2-0, looking to sweep the Cubs. The Yankees avoid being swept. They were down 5-0. They come back, they win 96. They'll look to continue their series. And then, of course, the Dodgers, who is going to finish off the night against the Phillies. Who's on the mound? Yamamoto.
Yeah.
So they got a great opportunity with Yamamoto on the mound. So I cannot wait for that. Baseball, it's the best time to be a sports fan. You got the NFL season is full go. You got baseball. October baseball which is the best baseball of the season. Hoops is returning. College football is going up. Hockey started today. I know the Kings.
We gotta really tap in with some hockey this year, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to. I've been ice skating before, so I might know a little bit. What you think, fantasy football? Do you think I know a little bit about hockey? Let me know there in the chat. Bro.
Hey, you know what I would want to see? I think fantasy football has some bars. You know what I'm saying? I would pay money to see you in fantasy football in a battle.
He probably get no guy. He buy bars of soap. He don't want to step into this ring. This is Nazir level lyricism right here. So he not ready for that. But hey, when you're watching us in the Misfits, we truly appreciate you. We truly love all the love that you give. But I just want to let y'all know, you never know what you're watching. Can we possibly be AI? Can you possibly watch it? Can the real Mykell and Eric be at the crib somewhere chilling? E is back there watching, studying tape to tell you why he believes the Niners are going to make a playoff run. The real Mykell can be playing a game or something like that. Like, you never know, because this AI is getting ridiculous. Elam, like, I don't know if you guys been seeing what's going viral. It's Tupac, it's Kobe, it's Michael Jackson,
King, it's JFK.
Martin Luther King. Hey, that Martin Luther King video when he became a villain and says, I don't have a dream, I am the dream, and they start booing, like, it's getting like kind of crazy, bro.
No, did you see MLK in the jewelry shop? What the
No, I didn't see that one. They got Kobe streaming, and it's kind of scary, and then it might be a little insensitive to these families, especially like someone who like Kobe, who is still kind of new, that are seeing this. Of course it's gonna look just like them, but it's the voice, the mannerisms. It's very scary. Like, do you think it's to that level?
Look, it's gonna come a point in time, it's gonna be some dude or some chick, God forbid, they're gonna see their significant other. Somebody is gonna create like a scenario where their significant other is dealing with somebody else, and they're gonna crash out over it, or somebody is going to lose a job because somebody trolls and makes a video of them saying something or doing something, and it goes viral only for it to be AI. Like, this is getting to the point to where it's beyond funny to me. It's no longer funny. It's no longer comical. We need to pull a plug on AI, because this right here, it is in unprecedented and dangerous territory. Like, I saw an ad, I want to say on Instagram or Twitter today, where it was like chat bots. You know what I'm saying? You could create a girlfriend, and we just had a movie called Her on the same exact thing. Did we not watch the Terminator? You know what I'm saying?
It's very Black Mirror. Like, I don't know if you check out Black Mirror, but Black Mirror has all of these unique episodes where they tap into a lot of science. Bro, I know people who are getting DM'd by AI chicks, like, and you're like, yo, this chick is amazing. It's like, wait, something ain't adding up. Every picture looks too high quality and fire to where it's like people are gonna be getting blackmailed. People are going to get like things sabotaged. People won't be sending money thinking, how some people are so gullible. they're going to be sending money, and it can just get very ugly, man. So I'm just not a fan of it. Like I said, it's very insensitive to people who still carry hurt over losing loved ones, and to see these different things like you, like myself, we lost our fathers. Can you imagine seeing videos out there where people got the voice, the images, and having your pops doing something that's crazy and it's AI? Like, I think that it's time that we nip this in the bud.
Bro. I got to take it a step further.
Okay.
Like you thinking still in terms of just like interpersonal dynamics and relationships.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like what we have now, like what the public has access to, the government, what do they have access to?
Man, facts.
And it's only a matter of time before a false flag. I'm a conspiracy theorist through and through.
Yeah.
Like I will admit it. I am a conspiracy theorist, but I do not trust. I can't trust nothing that I see now. Like I already didn't, right? It's going to come a point in time to where it's going to be like mass deception, mass delusion, all due to AI. Like it is coming. And AI, it's nothing more than a tool, but there are too many instances throughout history that give me cause for pause and concern to not trust this in the hands of our government, or any government for that matter.
Because I hate to say this, but it's something that's one of the most recent things. You can see an incident like a Charlie Kirk that they say, yo, there's this private event that's going on. It's only going to be aired like this. And you see it, somebody important look like they get clipped on camera. And it's like, yo, what's going on? And it's just totally AI. Like you said, they're in the government. So they're just playing the game to see what the reaction is. Like, it's so many things that you can do. Like you said, people's marriages that might be ruined. You know what I'm saying? People's job, you might get posted and it looks like you're saying a racial slur or doing something crazy that leads to you losing your livelihood. Like, AI is getting
going to war based on something that didn't happen.
Facts. And it's just becoming very, very scary. Any just to give a rundown, man, just to attack, are there any major stories for you, Elam? I know you're the big political guy between the two. Are there any big stories that kind of caught your eye before we give them the finale and talk tacos on National Taco Day?
Yeah, man, there's been a ton of stuff that has happened. Just starting here, Burbank, they went 7 hours without having any air traffic controllers in the tower, which is absolutely bonkers. You know what I'm saying? There have been employees furloughed because they're federal workers who aren't getting back pay, which is like absolutely crazy to me, because during his first term, President Trump made it illegal for them not to get paid, only for him this term to say, no, we're not paying you. You know what I'm saying? Like a law that he pushed for, that he advocated for, like he's retracting on it. So that's crazy to me. Portland, you got Portland PD and ICE, like literally at a standstill, at a standoff. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because ICE were trying to get through like a crowd of protesters. Portland PD were like, if you do this, we're going to arrest you. So it's getting to a point to where it's like, it's absolutely crazy. Oregon's governor, Kristi Noem, she's saying that there is no insurrection happening in Portland. I have a homie that is in Portland right now. He's like, it's only relegated to downtown Portland. Like same thing that when ICE was here in LA, it wasn't like it was rampant and widespread throughout the city. It was pretty much just 3-4 blocks in downtown LA.
Select areas,
I think the media is inflaming the fans a little bit. They're sensationalizing stuff. But in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? You had ICE fast roping onto apartment complex. People are getting pulled out of their homes at 1 o'clock in the morning. Kids, you know what I'm saying, getting pulled down the streets naked. Or
it's serious, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy. When you have the Texas National Guard, arriving in Chicago, like what the hell are we doing?
Facts.
That like Texas and Chicago aren't in the same state. You know what I'm saying? So to have people going to other parts of America to
do
to like essentially accost Americans.
Mhm.
Yo,
Yeah.
like all my people who believe in the Second Amendment, like, what
Lock
up?
in. Yeah, time to
What up?
lock in. But yeah, make sure you tap in with us week after week. My guy, Political E, he is going to make sure that he gonna give you that real, which my guy, Fantasy Football needs to get it together. He said he
Said he
made an
made
AI of
Mykell,
us double
him double
touchdown.
dutching under a rainbow in a
Hey,
beautiful field.
hey,
We were
Fantasy
frolicking,
Football.
bro.
You win as fan of the week. You have been hilarious. Though you're a terrible athlete, we want to pay homage to you and show you love
Hey, you know what,
because
fantasy
you got
football?
good jokes.
Hey,
You
Kel,
better be good at
that's what I
fantasy
think we could
football.
do. Look, this is what I think
Yeah,
we could do. Every time we go live, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
The fan that gives us the most engagement, we'll try to get them, a pair of tickets or
yeah. Get them
some
something
memorabilia or
from a
something.
game that we
Yeah,
cover. I like
yeah.
that. I like that. So a shout out to you, fantasy football. Before we move to our favorite tacos, I'm happy y'all stayed with us. I know y'all excited to see what we like to eat when it comes to tacos. To kind of take, I guess, yeah, it's taking it back a little. LA, what happened in Indianapolis is crazy. Mark Sanchez, that situation was
Shankopotamus, bro.
is wild. It just shows you to see that video of him walking with blood and holding his chest is like wow.
Did
But
you see the 69-year-old dude in the
yeah,
hospital?
no, yeah, they said he had a gash and it got to his like tongue,
Yeah.
which is like what was going on. But it seems like they're both going to be okay with this. Justice will be served. But to see a former USC great and to be there to work to call the Raiders coach game where fantasy football Raiders was smacked up, for that to happen, bro. When you there to work, stay inside. Get yourselves together.
It
Make
made me
sure you guys
It made
good
me think
follow up.
about when we were in New Orleans for the Super Bowl,
Okay.
when the
Oh,
journalist took old girl
yeah.
back to his room
He
and he
died.
ended up getting murked.
Yeah, he
Like,
died. So these media members gotta
when
be
you're
safe.
reporting on the road, man,
Yeah,
go to the hotel, stay in your hotel. Don't, like, no shenanigans. Just
yeah.
stay in your room.
Do work, go do your job, get the hell out of there, get back home to your family. That's what it's about. Hey, if you want more on that Mark Sanchez situation, as you know, we are locked in, not with just Eric and I, the rest of the Misfits Live team. We're going to have more coverage of the Mark Sanchez situation. We're going to be following it all the way through. So, let's see what's going to happen with Mark Sanchez. But it's that time. A lot of people been waiting for it. They know we out here, Southern California. They know if any place knows tacos, we know tacos. So Lamb, with National Taco Day being today, what is your favorite taco and what is your favorite taco spot to go to?
Mi tacos de favorito. Let's see. Let's see. Me encantan los tacos de lengua, los tacos de pollo, los tacos de carne asada. Dame un poco cilantro y cebollas, y some habaneros, y
Ooh,
un grande horchata. It's muy delicioso. So give me some lengua tacos, some chicken
okay.
tacos, some carne asada, and my favorite taco joint in LA. I gotta go to Leo's Tacos, bro. My
Leo.
little taco
Okay.
man. He like real nondescript. Shout out to my homie Juan. He had put me onto this taco man on like Alameda and 21st. Hands down, best tacos I've ever had in my life. But I think LAPD like took his stuff. But
Mm.
I know people say King Taco. I think Leo's Tacos is like, I think Leo's
You
Tacos is superior to King Taco, bro.
You dropped the bar because that's what I'm going with. I'm more, even though I'm more of a burrito guy, but King Taco is a spot that you can't fail when you need a really good taco. Like they got that heat. I like to get their asada. with the a little mild sauce. Like it's gonna hit you, but it's really good. Like King Taco is a spot that if you come and visit LA, Southern California, King Taco is a spot. But if I had to pick a number one spot, it's not even here in LA. It'd be a spot I go to in San Diego and even Las Vegas. Taco El Gordo, which is fire. Like
I
they
thought you were
got
gonna say Lucha Libres.
no, Taco El Gordo, bro. Every time I go to San Diego or Vegas, I'll be like, yo, I gotta go here because they got everything that you want from a taco. They got tongue, steak, chicken. They got everything, and it's fire. But my favorite type of taco, which I don't even think Taco El Gordo have or King Taco, but a grilled shrimp taco is what's my
You eat
favorite.
sea roaches?
Bro, a shrimp. I don't eat it a lot. I haven't really had it in a while. But when I really was attacked, because it's crazy when it comes to tacos. I prefer burrito. I don't want a shrimp burrito. I want more steak. But if I do want a good taco, shout out to my cousin Kimi, bro. She will make some fire shrimp tacos that I would be like, yo, I need that. So that probably would be my favorite. But King Taco, Taco El Gordo. Those are my two
And
spots.
if you in LA, please go on, drop your favorite taco spot. Me and
Misfits,
Kels
DM us.
will actually go and
Yeah.
we'll give a honest
rating.
rating of your favorite taco spot.
Yeah. So hey, hit us once again. We want to see what you guys like out there. Fantasy football. I don't even know if you eat food, man. You just outside, just doing whatever. So I don't even know what you eat. You seem like a spam type of fellow. So that might be your thing. But hey, we
He's
need
not
to
a
know
oos, bro. He's not a oos. He's not a oos.
Yeah, no, he's probably not a oos at all. But hey, we need to know where your favorite taco spots are at. Shout out producer Ben. Producer Ben, let us know what are your favorite taco spots. What should we go when we pull up to the Bay Area to invade your territory? What is a taco spot that's the must go to? Let us know. There he is.
I don't have any up here, but I do have one in LA. I've got to shout out my buddies in South LA, Last of My Taco. They're in the AutoZone parking lot from about 8 p.m. to 3 a.m., give or take. They've been there for me. Really good stuff, like $9 for a burrito. I mean, it's real simple stuff, but it gets it done.
Which AutoZone? The one on Vermont?
Yeah, Vermont.
Oh, okay.
Vermont and 29.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up. I'm gonna have to go over there. That's in the hood. Make sure you wear your bulletproof vests, fellas and ladies. If you pull up over there, y'all don't know that's Ben Shakur. So he moves a little different out there on the street.
That's brother Ben Farrakhan right there.
Yeah. Hey, I think fantasy football. I don't know if you guys watched the Superman movie, but he might be one of those trolling monkeys that was trolling Superman that invaded the chat. But much love to you, fantasy football. Much love to Manny Sanchez. Let me shout out everybody. We had let me get to it. Ethan Mathis, we appreciate you for tapping in with us, and everybody who shouted us out in the chat that viewed us, YouTube, X, Facebook. We appreciate you guys for tapping into your new favorite show. Like, we everywhere. Like, I tell people when they watch,
for real. Like, we really everywhere.
I tell people when they watch the Mykell Mathieu show, join me on the ride to gain my Hollywood star. You need to tap in with the Misfits because it's about to be a media takeover, and you want to be able to say, hey, it's like knowing Kendrick Lamar and TDE before they made it. You want to at least be like, I knew them before they became the GOATs. But Elam, give us the final words before we get up out of here.
Yo, you know who it is. That's Mykell the PG. You can catch him everywhere on socials at Mykell the PG. Check out his writing, FI360, MLB Bros, Culver City Observer, and the Sporting Tribune. I'm your guy, Elam. Just Google my name. A lot of stuff is going to pop up. Some 5 stars, some not so much. But FI360, Culver City Observer, the Sporting Tribune, the handles at Elam Squared. Until next week, we are the Misfits, where we encourage you not to fit in, but find a way to stand out. Till next week. Peace.